Okay, this is yet another replay analysis, against me and B-lakay. The context of this match was, this was from today's, Unga tournament. I played, what's the name? Shit, I played Fat Willow, which was a strong Ryu, and then I played a Diamond Folk player, forgot the name, and then I played B-lakay. I lost to B-lakay, went to losers, lost to Danny again, so I'll be analyzing that set, maybe after this, maybe tomorrow, who knows. But here I'm just going to focus on this match, because what I've realized is, it went 2-1 by the way, B-lakay's favor. I was pretty nervous in this set because whoever won would end up placing in top 8, for a guaranteed 5th place. So that kind of gave me the heebies, but really what I want to be looking at is, when did B-lakay turn the tide of the match, and also what are my weaknesses against Sagat? Because in all honesty, this set against Sagat, or really my my experience against Sagat, I don't feel confident against. So this matchup, even though it should technically be in Juri's favor because she has all those anti-fireball tools, it's a matchup which personally is like it's a demon. There's a mental block. So we're gonna try to mitigate that mental block. Okay, so very quickly off the bat, I start off this set by getting my light fireball because I want to control space, and then going for the V skill. And as you can see here, I try to dash forward, but there's no reason to dash forward because I already dash cancelled my V skill 1. So essentially what is happening here is I charge up my V skill 1 and I want to get back my space. The problem is there's this big ass fireball in the way, and obviously I eat it. And what you're going to see as a recurring theme in this set, I'm just going to put some socks on, what you're going to see in this set is a lot of blocked fireballs to the face, which is which just, you know, chips away at my health really quickly. And you know, I could blame my D-pad saying, oh, it's a bit mushy and I need to fix it, and I do need to fix it, but really what's happening is I'm getting too greedy trying to take back my space, and I'm committing too much, leading to me getting hit by the fireball. That was a lucky jump in. Okay, so he's +1 after that tiger knee, and I press my jab because, you know, I want to challenge it. Again, tiger knee, it's kind of hard to determine whether you're minus or plus when you're in the heat of battle. But yeah, that's definitely a plus. Okay, good block. So now here I'm trying to condition, I'm trying to set up my tick throw game. That was a good block. In hindsight it was pretty obvious, but again, if you just see how high his stun is, you know, anyone would do that. Okay, I get caught trying to press my what button? Crouching medium kick, yeah. Okay, so that's the V trigger fireball, and then he dashes up. So I can actually do something about that. Just let me record that down. Okay, so this is against B-lakay. Okay, so standing medium kick, and that's not a max range standing medium kick, but it is a very spaced standing medium kick. cancel into VT1 fireball. So that leaves me at -10. When he dashes in, dash in, Sagat is very minus. And I could go for a punish. I'll need to test out in the lab whether I can, you know, react to that. If I can, that would be good, because that means I can prevent him from pressuring me too much. Because here, you know, he gets a free dash, grab. Yep, that's exactly what I need to be doing more. That's a good challenge because I'm -1 after the VT1 fireball. Okay, so what happens here? Okay, you can see my inputs. In my inputs, I was obviously trying to go for a EX. What the fuck's it called? EX axe kick, but you can see that motion. It's kind of just fucked. Honestly, what needs to be happening here is I just need to practice that that motion, that doing that on reaction. Okay, so that tiger knee was very minus.
Was it good for you too?
Round 2. Fight.
That tiger knee, like, you know, it's hard to deal with, but at the moment, I think there are other things I can be focusing on, so I'm not going to place too much emphasis on, you know, tiger knee. Okay, so what happens here? I throw the fireball because, again, I want to control space, but the problem is his fireballs will beat me every time because they come out faster, they travel faster, and frankly at that range I shouldn't really be playing around with the light fuha, unless I'm absolutely confident that there's no fireballs going to be thrown on the screen. Because really what's happening here is, you know, this is the range that Sagat wants to be throwing fireballs, so for me to be committing to something would just lead me to getting a hit. Go, jump in. Okay, so EX fireball. And he's very minus. And again, what happens here is I dash in. Now, I need to check the advantage of Sagat's advantage after dashing in after a low shot. After low shot. And I need to test out the ranges and see, you know, what can I do at each range. You know, can I react? Can I get a big punish? Those kind of things. Just so I can, again, shut down his pressure. Because in this scenario, he's doing, like, he would obviously want to dash in because he wants to get out of the corner. Here, instead, what happens is I preemptively dash. So now I'm going to minus, he checks it, gets a good punish. I read the fireball string again. Got the shimmy. Yup. That's something I need to be worried about. Sorry. Versus Sagat and any other big boy characters, I need to be careful of my medium fuha crouching medium punch combo. You know, should I be going for an EX fuha? Should I be going for an axe kick, or should I be going for a heavy DP? If I'm not in range, I should never be going for the heavy DP, because then you have risky maneuvers like this where I'm flying in the air looking like a dumb nut. and getting big damage. Big damaged. So versus Sagat and other big characters, mind your HDP. Again, I'm writing all of this down. So. You catches me, mash and wake up. Honestly, a lot of these V skill ones very risky because I can just easily get hit. And I mean, V skill 1 ducks under the fireballs, but because the habit is so entrenched to V skill 1 backdash, you know, I'm accidentally dashing into the fireballs when really what I should be doing is charging and then releasing. That will take a lot of practice because again, this is something that's been entrenched all the way since 2016. For now, I guess I should just try to play this matchup without the V skill 1. Don't heavily rely on it, because if I'm heavily relying on it, I'm basically relying on my opponent to be throwing fireballs 24/7, and they're not going to do that. They're going to be throwing fireballs in with varied patterns, with different rhythms. It's not going to be easily predictable. So again, I should just not go for the V skill 1 as much. Not in the matchup necessarily, but just when I'm practicing against Sagat. Oh, that anti-air is fucking joke. I need to practice that anti-air range. Practice AAing. Okay, this one's kind of sick. This moment, bro. Yep, that's pretty sick, but we should watch the next replay. I wrote down in that thing, in that match, that I should also practice anti-airing the jumping heavy kick, because, you know, my anti-airs against bigger bodied characters are not necessarily that, I'm not as confident with them, and I usually end up losing trades. So if I just practice that, it should be
Your words
fine.
are not needed. Round 1. Fight!
Okay, alright. So this is where, you know, I win the first game, and I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm like, okay, I think I can make it to top 8. But I didn't consider that, you know, everyone changes how they play. Everyone has time to adjust, everyone has time to adapt. So now I need to find where exactly did B-lakay adapted. How did he use his tools to beat mine? How did he use his tools to get the win? Okay, so this one, I'm just seeing as I get my stall. See, there we go, I wasn't blocking. I accidentally walked into that fireball. Like, if we look at it frame by frame, like, what happens?
Tiger!
Bruh. That moment I got kinda nervous. I got a lucky jump in, and my brain sort of just corrupted, and thought, oh shit, and then I went for a jab instead of a big damage combo. I could have gotten like 280, 300, but that didn't happen. Instead, I get Tiger Kneed, I lose my advantage, and that happens. Now, against Tiger Knee, Space Tiger Knee, versus Spaced EX Tiger Knee, what can I do? What to do? Could I, you know, V reversal? Could I V shift? And what are the options that Sagat likes to go for? Like here, they went for a point blank throw. They could probably go for like a delay tech, or you know, buttons.
Tiger!
I caught him pressing there, and he caught me trying to shimmy, which is a good adjustment. Yeah. Now you can see I'm getting really nervous because I'm making just bad decisions. But in this case, I wanted to EX axe kick because I saw the fireball. But you can see that I messed up the input because I fucking suck. There, I'm assuming I wanted to go for it again, but I don't know. That's another unnecessary rule. That's a random, that's a wish EX action. That's a good use of V skill. The problem is I'm kinda in the corner, but he back rolls, so he doesn't press his advantage. Which means I can slowly inch my way out of the corner. Yep, don't jump against the guard, that's how it is. You can also see the range I jump at Sagat. I'm always going for a jump heavy kick range. In this set, I never attempt to do like a cross up or anything like that, or a close jump in. Instead, I'm always going for this. Punish. Fireball. I'm just waiting out his fireball. Caught him pressing. That is not good. Look, that's not a... He could have gotten a -6, a plus, a 6 button, a 6 frame punish. But really, what I'm seeing here is desperation. I just used up my whole V-trigger. Juri's V-trigger is a good resource. It's good for comebacks because, you know, you can convert really, really stray pokes into good combos. You can have good pressure strings, but what happens here is I'm just throwing the thing, and that's a problem. That's not a Sagat specific. That's not a Sagat matchup specific problem. Overuse of VT1. Just burning it too quickly is a problem I have universal in the cars, because back when I played Juri's V-Trigger 1, back when it was 3 bars, you know, that was the kind of shit you were doing. You were doing all these like really long kind of pressure strings because I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure back then linking moves did not consume V-timer. Okay, I might just be spitting fake facts, so don't worry. Anyway, what happens here is I put myself in a situation where it could have been checkmate. I just got lucky. I didn't die. Also, here, I'm pretty sure I could have interrupted with the EX axe kick. It might be a true block string, I don't know, but regardless, nothing happened. Yeah, see, that's exactly what I'm talking about. V skill 1. I'm getting too greedy with it. Too greedy with VS1.
Round 2. Fight.
Okay, I go for a standing heavy kick, get hit. Alright. Let's look at that. This is a pattern I'm noticing. Whenever I get hit by a fireball, I usually jump. I usually jump shortly after I get hit. And I jump in Juri jumping heavy kick range. This is too easy to predict. You know, as the Sagat player, you throw a fireball, your opponent gets fucking annoyed because they can't get close to you, their buttons are getting eaten, so they just think, I'm gonna jump. And then this shit happens. So, you know, in what's happening in this scenario is I'm giving Sagat what he wants, which is, you know, what you shouldn't be letting Sagat control the pace of the match. Juri, you know, she can control the pace of the match however she wants to. Fast, slow. Sagat naturally wants to slow down the game. I am making it too easy for him to slow down the game because I'm doing what he wants. I'm essentially being played like a puppet on a string. So in those situations where I'm getting frustrated and doing bad offensive options, I have to somehow, this is going to be hard because this is like a mentality thing and not something I can straight up fix in the lab. I need to somehow rewire my brain and think, how can I approach Sagat without taking a lot of risks? Again, you need to be jumping in against Sagat, because if you never do it, you know, there's gonna be problems. You have to test his anti-airs, but I'm jumping at opportunities at times when he wants me to jump, and in that case it's when I'm frustrated, which happens after I get hit by a fireball trying to approach Sagat. Anyway, I'm usually in this range. I'm in this range because I'm trying to catch his buttons if he presses any. The problem is I haven't really tested out neutral against Sagat's buttons. Okay, in that case I could have EX'd. That's just not a good activation. Yep. Alright, let's rewind that a bit. So I got him in the corner, which is nice. What I'm essentially doing is I'm trying to get a crouching medium kick, or a medium kick in general, into a heavy kick, go for a heavy fuha, either do an MDP in the corner or a CA. I would probably leave the CA in that scenario. Basically I'm trying to keep him at the corner. Here's the problem: when you do something like, you know, when you're keeping someone in the corner, you need to play more patient. Instead of trying to do what you want, you need to let the opponent do whatever they want and then punish them for it, which in this case I should have just waited under the timer, let Sagat jump, and then anti-air. Instead I pressed the fireball, which, to be honest, at that range isn't really a good option. Really, it's a recurring theme in this set. I'm throwing the fireball at inopportune times. Really, I still don't know how to use the Roomba in the Sagat matchup, and as a result I get jumped in on. Somehow I don't die. Look, okay, in that scenario, if I dashed in jab heavy fuha, I could have gotten the CA punish, but I was just so surprised that I couldn't properly act. So in that case, that was a choke. Also, it may be interesting to know, I'm playing a little too patient. I'm not dashing in as much as I usually do. Mostly because I'm scared of the fireballs, and I don't jump in because, you know, the anti-airs. But that can be a problem. Like, I'm not necessarily sure how, but you know, it's important to sprinkle in a dash every now and then. Ironically, as I said that, the last hit of the last of that last round that we just watched, I did get hit by a fireball because I dashed. Ah, shit. To be honest,
Round one. Fight.
To be honest, I don't know if I'm finding the answers I'm looking for. I really don't understand this character. I think I just need to play against the character more. Anyway, let's keep going. Okay. Yep. Okay, he takes. Okay, so that's a sweep. I don't know what the hell I'm doing pressing my slowest button against the sweep. But okay. Okay, so B-lakay, he likes to jump out of the corner. So against Sagat, practice what? Practice anti-airing those crossups. Alright. You know, just practice the cross-up defense, and against a big-bodied character, you know, I need to see if there's any like differences, I guess. But yeah, that was a good use of EX. In this scenario, I really just reacted too late. That's unfortunate. Jumped in because, again, look, I'm not making any, like, I'm just blocking too many fireballs, I'm getting frustrated, I want to jump in. Line. So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to walk in towards the corner, which is, you know, a good option. There I just walk in. That one is just a terrible misinput. Okay, what happens here? So you could see in my inputs, I kind of wanted to go for an EX axe kick, but then again, if you look, I don't have any meter. So really, I don't know what this motion is. Regardless, I get hit by that. I was completely surprised I died from that. I didn't realize his win condition
Round 2.
came that early.
Fight.
Anyway. It's just a bad sweep. Sick. Look at those missed confirms. I'm choking so bad. Okay, nice. Yep. Okay. Sagat EXDP. EXDP Oki. Because if I just saw that right. He's plus 18 after an EXDP. He's minus 2 after a dash. Okay, so if he goes for a button, I can, like in that scenario, I can actually go for a counter hit. Here I commit to blocking because I wasn't sure if he was plus or minus after a DP, after the EXDP. Now I know that for next time. That's a knowledge check. That's a good reaction. Okay, so what happens here is I get hit by the delay tech. I need to fix that up. Okay, so standing medium punch. Sagat delay text. I don't know how to write this out. So, you know, what can I do? Because I went for the standing medium punch. I wanted to go for the grab, and then I got fucking yeeted back into the corner. Also, that's a string he's doing a lot. Standing medium kick into the heavy, into the VT1 fireball. Okay, that was just a misinput.
Final round. Fight.
Nice. Okay. Yep, that's a good button. DP. Okay, now, a recurring theme in this set is I'm using EXX kick way too much. Something that surprised me when I played Troy is he told me that from the Juri Guile replays he was watching of high-level players, a lot of juries weren't actually focusing on using EXX kicks. A lot of the reason why I beat Troy a lot back when I started playing again was because he found it hard to deal with my EXX kicks. But really, they're -2 on block. I waste meter if they're blocked. And, you know, your fireball can actually recover on quickly enough, as long as your fireball isn't really slow. I'm seeing the same thing here. I'm relying too much on the EXX kick. And really, that goes to show that I don't really know how to play this matchup. So, I should also study up on some higher level Juris and Sagats, maybe like Just a Kid and Zaffarino, something like that. But yeah, that is a bad habit. I see the fireball and I EXDP. I meant EXX kick. At certain ranges, it will catch on recovery. So, you know, recovery, I meant reaction is important. But as you can see here, look at this fucking range. It's just too far. It's way too far. And high tiger shot, you know, I'm pretty sure it recovers quickly. I don't know the frame data, I'm not a fucking nerd. But, you know, he recovers quickly because he's able to, like, he recovers quickly. I waste the bar. I am put in a bad situation where I'm forced to activate prematurely. Okay. Okay. So here I'm now, like, fighting for my life. Okay, I could have EXX kicked that. Now, something that's surprising me from these replays is B-lakay is not afraid to go for the buttons into fireballs, even though I've successfully used the EXX kick quite a few times. If I could have used it more, I would have been able to deter him and then maybe steal a couple of turns, but I wasn't using it consistently enough. And a lot of the reason why I couldn't use it consistently, a lot of the reason why I couldn't use it a lot was because I didn't have bar. Like, there were a couple situations in the last game where I wanted to, where I knew he was going to press a button and then go into fireball, but I couldn't go for an EXX kick because, well, I didn't have the bar. And why didn't I have bar? Because I was wasting it with full screen fireball reactions. So this is just, again, this becomes a question of resource management. Anyway, here, look, I'm pushing into the corner. We get throw. Throw. Honestly, this, at this point, I could have won, if I was able to land the CA somehow. You know, but what happens is that, now, really, this set,
Sagat
what it's
wins.
showing to me is, you know, I'm not necessarily having problems with anything specific about Sagat. I'm mostly having a problem with his game plan. I think that's the best way to summarize it. I have a problem versus Sagat's central game plan of zoning. And, you know, a lot of newer players have problems with zoning, as do I, even though I'm probably not a newer player anymore. Yeah, I'm having problems with his zoning even though I have anti-zoning tools, but I'm not able to apply my pressure as effectively. I'm just eating too many fireballs, and I'm getting too greedy with my anti-zoning tools. Those anti-zoning tools aren't necessarily there to rely on, they're just there to make it a little bit easier to play the game. Really, you don't use the anti-zoning tools like the V skill 1 and the EX-axe kick to win the game. You use them to deter your opponent from relying on their zoning tools, so then you can use your other tools to get the win. I think that's the best way to put it, actually. But again, I'm relying on my anti-zoning tools way too much. That's what I'm seeing in these matches. And again and again, you see that I'm failing them. I'm not getting my V skill 1 charges, or if I do get them, I'm not using them effectively. Like there was that one time where I reacted to a fireball, but I pressed it too late and I got hit. With the EX-axe kicks, I wasn't using them during the block strings. Instead, a lot of those EX-axe kicks I was using raw, and in ranges where Sagat is too far and he would recover quickly enough to block my EX-axe kick, and then I would be put in a -2 situation where I would get thrown, or I would get hit, and I lost the bar. And when those tools didn't work, those tools that I relied on, when I saw them fail, you would see me jump. You would see me get easily frustrated against Sagat. Now that becomes a question of mentality. But really, against Sagat, you know, you want to keep your feet planted, because his anti-airs are pretty devastating, and his fireballs, you know, they're just luring you to get anti-aired. So I think that's what I learned most from this set. Just fundamentally, I'm having a problem with the game plan, and I need to look for solutions to beat that game plan. And you know, it's kind of vague what I'm saying. Like, the way to beat this game plan is to not rely too much on the anti-zoning tools and only use them as a deterrent rather than a crutch. But I think having those ways of thinking will help me next time I play against the Sagat. Now the problem is I need to find some Sagats to play against. I know Fred Flintstone exists, but he's not on the Discord. I know Total Sagat is a Sagat, obviously. I know Total Sagat exists, but they're like a high level player. I don't really want to annoy him. I could play against a B-lakay. But yeah. There's a lot of other things I could practice as well, but fundamentally it's just the game plan. And yeah. And really just more experience, because the more I play against Sagat, the more I'll feel confident against him. Because a lot of it is a mental block at the end of the day. But yeah. That's it. Have a good one.